days before kingdoms were carved and borders were drawn, when the dust of the earth still remembered the footsteps of the first people, there rose a king whose memory stretches beyond time. His name was Melchizedek. He was called the King of Salem. And Salem, long before it was known as Jerusalem, was a city of peace, a city of stone carved from the hills of ancient Canaan, where the rivers of Africa flowed through bloodlines and memory. It was a land shaped by the children of Cush and Canaan, where the knowledge of Yahweh was known long before the world tried to divide his name. Melchizedek ruled there with a quiet authority, not with swords, but with wisdom, not with armies, but with righteousness. He walked among his people not as one set above them, but as one who understood the weight of the earth and the breadth of the Most High. And the people loved him, because he was a king who did not need to declare his power. His presence was enough. The scriptures say he was priest of the Most High Yah, not after learning from another, not appointed by a lineage of men. His priesthood did not come from Levi, for Levi had not yet been born. His priesthood rose like the sun, without beginning and without end. And one day a traveler came to his gates, a wanderer who had just returned from battle, weary and covered in dust. His name was Abram. Before Yahweh called him Abraham, Abram had defeated mighty kings, reclaimed his kin, and was searching for rest. Melchizedek came out to meet him. There were no trumpets, no announcement, just two men led by Yahweh's hand, meeting in a moment that would echo across eternity. Melchizedek brought bread and wine, simple, sacred. He blessed Abram, saying, "Blessed be Abram of the Most High Yah, creator of heaven and earth, and blessed be the Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hand." And Abram, the man who would become the father of nations, bowed. He gave Melchizedek a tenth of all he had, a tithe not demanded, but given, because Abram recognized something ancient in the eyes of this king, a memory older than his own breath. Who was this man that even Abram bowed? The scriptures do not tell us his mother's name, nor his father, nor the day he was born, or the day he died. His story appears like a comet across the sky, brilliant, undeniable, yet without beginning or end. Generations passed, empires rose and fell, prophets spoke, kings reigned, and the children of Israel grew into a nation. Yet Melchizedek's presence did not fade. The psalmist wrote, speaking by the breath of Yahweh, "You are a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek." Forever, not for a time, not until replaced. Forever. A priesthood older than Moses, older than Aaron, older than the temple itself. And when Yahusha walked the earth, healing, teaching, restoring the lost, and binding the broken, the scholars who listened to him wondered, where does his authority come from? He was not a Levite. He did not learn in their schools. He did not serve in their lineage. Yet his words carried the weight of heaven. The writer of Hebrews revealed the answer. Yahusha did not rise from the priesthood of men. He rose from the priesthood of Melchizedek, a priesthood eternal, a priesthood that cannot be broken, a priesthood that does not come from bloodline, temple, or tradition, but from the very throne of Yahweh. And there are those who say that Melchizedek and Yahusha are one and the same, that the king of Salem was Yahusha appearing before time, that the eternal priest walked the earth long before he was born of Mary. And there are others who say Melchizedek was an angelic king, a heavenly one sent to guide humanity in its earliest days, a protector of the covenant before the covenant was revealed. And there are others still who say he was a man, an African king, righteous beyond measure, chosen as a bridge between heaven and earth. But listen carefully, all of these may be true. For the scriptures do not confine Melchizedek to one nature. They do not explain him, they simply declare him. He is a mystery that refuses to be reduced, a flame that does not burn out, a priesthood that cannot die. And maybe that is the point. Melchizedek is the reminder that Yahweh has never been bound by the limits of men. Before religion, before denominations, before disputes and translations and temples made by hand, there was already a relationship, a covenant not written on stone, but written on spirit, a knowledge of Yahweh that flowed through dark skin and ancient soil, a wisdom that belonged to the first peoples of the earth. We have been told to forget. We have been told to unsee. We have been told that our history begins with chains. But before the chains, we were kings. Before the kingdoms, we were priests. Before the world defined us, we walked with Yahweh. Melchizedek is not just a man in scripture. He is a reminder of who we were and who we still are.